Hello there, fellas and lovely viewers, I'm Storm. Have you ever wanted to be a magical unicorn in a dark academia world ravaged by war? Me neither. And going back to school is the true horror of this game. While Noiramore Academy isn't necessarily a scary game, its spooky atmosphere and the threat of authority and war and the general dread of being a child in school again would be enough to scare me away. Never again. Anyways, what is Noiramore Academy? It's a game by Inkros Incorporated and is scheduled to be released soon-ish, maybe. Judith Hovern, one of the talented students attending this institution, is a troubled but wickedly smart student who has an interest in discovering the forbidden secrets of the school. When one of the new teachers is violently kidnapped during the night and Judith is the only witness, she must use her wit, powers, and puzzle-solving skills to illuminate the identity of the culprit and save the school. As of right now, only the demo is out. Like most of my videos, I'd like to separate it into 3 distinct parts. What I liked about the demo, what I disliked about the demo, which will be rather short, and what we know about the world of Psy Queens so far, as I try to connect the dots between everything Rose Inc. posts on their social media, more precisely their Tumblr and YouTube. Also, please excuse my voice, I may have disconnected something in my throat and can't help but cough every 2 seconds. Anyway, what did I like? Psy designs just work for me. Maybe it's because we share the fact that our color palette is mostly black and white with accent colors. Who knows? But the varied cast of characters is charming and interesting to talk to. Each person has their own style, and their personality shines through their posing and details added to their uniforms, outfits, or how out of place they look compared to the rest of the cast. Looking at you, merchant, with your awesome Dark Lolita outfit. Also, you play as Dark Academia unicorns and deer. How cool is that? I don't know if I have a favorite. I'd say physically it's Becky, as I love her two-toned hair. But personality-wise, I like Marisol. You go girl, be a princess interested in the macabre. I support you fully. Stylistically, Noiramore Academy is influenced by 1940s noir films, movies by Tim Burton, the art of Brett Helkist, and games by Double Fine. The entire world of Noives is in black and white, with 1 pop of color per person, also color coding the characters. The game isn't really high res, but the textures are hand painted, which give this game a nice visual identity. The character models are also well rigged and their movement looks smooth. I love the swishy tail, I love how Judith's hair bounces, and as someone with curly hair, same. I love the animation of their hoofed legs. All of this results in a very natural looking movement, as if it was a mocapped game. Let's talk about the world and its vibe. According to the first game dev, their giant metropolises are underground in crystal-filled caverns with Art Deco buildings striping the skyline. But the school has a different kind of setting, Dark Academia. It's very influenced by Tim Burton and Henry Selick, which, hell yeah, for the aesthetic, not the people in question. Academia, of all types, is an aesthetic style that I love because it helps me romanticize school and learning when my creator and I were still attending school, and it made days a little less awful to live through. His favorite is Darkest Academia, of course. I like progressive academia, but nobody's surprised. Regardless, the backgrounds follow this style closely, with large church-like windows and wooden floors and chalkboard desks and private school uniforms. The history classroom is full of old tchotchkes and historical records and military medals and old portraits, which is great for the demo as it lets us learn about the world and its history in a way that doesn't pull the player out of the story, and the colored lighting helps make the black and white characters pop. The puzzles are fun. There is just something I will touch upon in the dislikes section of the video, but as I'm focusing on the positives, I will say that the puzzles are well thought out. They're not too complicated and make sense, but have enough of a challenge for a demo or an early game section, and they fit in well, thematically speaking. They have old portraits, historical costumes, war strategies, statues. It makes the world feel cohesive. As a fashion nerd, the sewing puzzle is obviously very dear to my heart. We love historical accuracy in this house, just like we love creative liberties. I've never seen such a stitch, but I should try it out and see if it works and or looks good. And speaking of the world itself, as Plumbella says, I'm a whore for lore. complex world building with political intrigue is one of my favorite things in the world. Hate it IRL though, only in fiction I like it. I look forward to knowing more about Nava and maybe the other planets? To transition to what I did not like, I will talk about something about the game that I'm neutral about. I say it in all my videos, I'm not a musicologist, nor do I claim to be one, nor do I want to be one. The music, which has been composed by Color Planet Crazy, is fine. It fits well with the vibe of the game and the tone of the different scenes. Now, what did I dislike? I know that nobody likes criticism, but no demo is perfect. I do realize that this is not a final product and things will be tweaked and remade and edited during the development process, of course. I'll keep my expectations realistic for a game demo. And speaking of which, it is very, very poorly optimized. Maybe I'm just used to 2D games, a lot of them are lighter files, therefore run more smoothly. I have a good PC if a little old, but it struggled to run the demo even on the lowest setting. My computer was whirring like a jet engine. When I re-downloaded the demo for this video and played it while recording my screen, I was certain that my computer was going to explode. I don't want to imagine what it must be like for devices that are older or less beefy than mine. Playing on the lowest setting while giving characters cool spooky blank eyes, which I think looks okay in this setting and art style, also softlocks you from a puzzle, so the demo becomes completely unfinishable. The book is unreadable, and I had to base myself off of trailers and screenshots to keep playing. Aside from the fact that I couldn't admire the character's pretty paint job outside of cutscenes, this is really the only issue I had when I played on lower settings. I am also begging on my hands and knees for an option to change key bindings. I'm going to suppose that the person making this demo is from an English-speaking country, as the game works with the classic WASD bindings. However, my country doesn't have QWERTY keyboards but AZERTY keyboards, meaning that the WASD bindings look like this. It was hell in Danganronpa v3, and it's one of the laundry list of reasons why I hate this game. If DRV3 has no haters, I am dead. It was hell then, and it is hell in Noiramore Academy. And that's it? No, really, I truly enjoyed playing through the demo and discovering the world of Nava and the Academy and learning about its inhabitants, and learn about them I did. This is where the video starts to get into spoilers and deeper world building. If you wish to go into this demo and game completely blind, please skip to the end of the video, as I tried to construct a timeline out of the nuggets of world building Incros shows us in their devlogs and what I learned in the demo. Please note that I am recording this and did not know that Incros Inc. has posted a new video about their world building. I'm not going to add anything about this video in the script. And I also just noticed that they're called Psyquines and not Psychins. Once again, this is spoiler heavy territory, so please leave if you want to go in blind. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about the 1940s noir planet of Nava, inhabited by a satyr-like race called the Psyquines, which are predominantly unicorns but can also be inspired of deer, antelopes, bovines, goats, and many more. Any hoofed animal with horns, basically. Psyquines use a sort of telekinesis based on radio wave called resonetics. Using resonetics, they can move objects, use telepathy, create platforms, and more. Their fingertips are also very sensitive, so every Psyquine wears gloves. Shaking ungloved hands is akin to exchanging phone numbers, as this is how two Psyquines can telepathically connect and talk to each other. The story takes place in one of the biggest country continents called the Kingdom of Corvith, which is made of 5 major fiefdoms and a central capital. The fiefdoms all serve the king. Over their many years of history, the fiefdoms have fought each other quite often, gaining and losing territory in the process, notably Northburg and Drakenspire, who were founded by 2 brothers bearing bad blood between them. Drakenspire is known for the fine minerals and jewels that can be mined beneath their lands. They also produce some of the finest lawyers, duelists, and pastors of Corvith, and are known for producing potent resonetics horn rings. They were allowed to mine in the inked wastes for crystals and minerals, and as the king favored Drakenspire, the leader of Northburg became jealous. Northburg is known for its lush fields, wines, and fruits. Historically, its barons are known to host lavish parties among verdant gardens. Very Dionysus-coded. During a time of peace, Lady Catherine Noiramore founded Noiramore Academy, dissatisfied with the lack of education in her homelands of Drakenspire. Is it Drakenspire or Drakenspire? Dragonspire sounds better. For many moons, Noiramore Academy was the best school in the kingdom. However, it lost some of its luster as time went on. A particular change which affected them was coming into contact with an alien race known as the Drachiron. They offered their technology to Noives, which is usually an isolationist planet, yet trade and technology exchange did change things up. Now equipped with alien technology, the new fad among Psychoine nobles was galaxy exploration. They left to study at the capital, leaving seats open at Noiramore Academy, which meant that the school had to open for students from families with less funds, which, yay for equal opportunities, but the school also received less funding. If you were ever a professor, you've been there before. 25 years before the start of the game, a conflict which has repercussions on every character in the game erupted. Leorak is the leader of Dragonspire at the time. The magic rings Dragonspire was manufacturing were faulty, causing health issues and making Psychoines lose their resonetics entirely. A misinformation campaign was spread against Leorak, saying that he was sending miners to gather crystals in places tainted by the Surge, a big bad evil tar-like substance. The king started an investigation, and as Northberg offered medical assistance, the king offered Neirath, the leader of Northberg, the right to mine in the Inked instead. As of right now, I'm unsure if Leorak and Neirath are the same who founded these fiefdoms or if they're just the current leaders. The king's spies unearthed what is largely regarded as the truth. A Northbergian spy placed down forged papers directing miners to the Surge. As this was revealed, tensions skyrocketed. Leorak mobilized his troops and marched to get his mines back, while Neirath defended himself, saying that he still had legal authorization to be here. The conflict was bloody, and many civilian miners died. The king was furious that Dragonspire bypassed royal authority and sent his troops, despite the recent discovery. He passed a decree that no other fiefdom would partake in this war, not even his own. 4 years of war were fought in the Inked Wastes, a land already infamous for its twisted and strange evils and beasts. Headmaster Claiborne and Lunchman Seabrook are both veterans. Private Misfire was also created during the war to comedically teach soldiers proper protocol and equipment handling. But many platoons used him as their mascot, painting him on planes and boats. Soon civilians also adopted this adorable propaganda dragon, and he's a beloved character among the kids of Dragonspire. Between 10 and 15 years before the start of the game, Judith Hovern is born and raised by 2 upper-middle-class parents who do love her lots, but have to keep their distances, because they prioritize work in their social circles. She seeks attention in various ways, namely getting good grades and causing trouble, being considered a gifted student, which we all know means neurodivergent but undiagnosed, although this is the 1940s, so her 2 options would have been denial or a lobotomy. As she spent a lot of time alone, she developed a knack for exploration and sneaking into places and snooping and eavesdropping. She quickly learned how to use what she knew to get what she wanted. Sometime between her birth and the present day, her little sister Deirdre was born. Just like every older sibling, she was happy and angry to share this house with someone, and frustrated that she was supposed to watch her little sister. Now Deirdre is also at Noiramore Academy, but Judith never seeks her out, as she feels that her social life is being compressed by her life at home. Parallel to that, events are also happening at Noiramore Academy. These aren't in chronological order, but all happened before the events of the game. Madame Noiramore, former headmistress of the school, I'm unsure if she's the founder or one of her descendants, now lives in disgrace. Accusations of paranoia and overspending booted her from her position, now occupied by Mr. Claiborne after his return from the war. The management of all the school's cleaning automatons was also given to Mr. Faverge, which may have worsened his lack of sleep and coffee intake. I wonder why they did not hire another janitor, but I'm going to assume it's due to a lack of funds. This is a school, after all. A little while before the events of the game, Judith and her friend Becky have a falling out, and by extension with Nicholas too, who is Becky's boyfriend. We do not know the reason why yet. The game starts with the disappearance and/or kidnapping of a teacher Judith likes, and she now must find who done it over the span of 11 days. Years later, Judith Hovern, as an adult, will go on to become a spy working for an intelligence agency in some of Ink Rose's former games. But that's all for today's video, fellas. Did you like it? Have you played Noiramore Academy? Who's your favorite character? Did I gloss over a controversy? I want the tea. I hope this video won't end up too long for my computer's sake. I really need to buy a new one. Editing Storm here, which I finally have, it's beautiful. Either way guys, you all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, you all know how this works. I'll see you all around the internet, fellas. Have the loveliest of lovely days.